passion is sports. Most of you know that I love football, but that's not just it. Sure, it'd be easy to talk about football and why I enjoy the sport, but I wanted to reach out on a larger scale. What I'm here to talk about is not just about football, but all sports. Basketball, baseball, soccer, rugby, and many other sports are all very good at doing something, and they don't get the recognition for it. So here it goes. Sports bring people together. Plain and simple. Not in the sense of being in the same physical place as one another, as I've shown above, but truly on a deeper connection. What's so great about it is it works on such a large scale, from being able to walk into any random sports bar filled with random people you've never met, to uniting an entire country. Together, all sports are capable of doing such. It's true, I've witnessed it, and I'm sure you've all witnessed it in your own experiences, one time or another. Whether it's a small group or a large group, it can still hold the same effect. And there are many examples that I can use to show what I'm trying to say. Some examples from my own experiences, and some on a bigger scale. My first example will explain how I got the idea, or how I realized this was my passion. I got the idea of watching the Warriors play in the Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals at a sports bar with my father. I was at a bar surrounded by people I had never met before. But as soon as the game had started, it felt like a family reunion. Every made shot from the Dubs got a clap. Every shot from the Rockets got a boo. Everyone was ecstatic over in a play. Over a blocked shot, a ball stolen. We all cheered, but that wasn't the best part. Every time the reigning MVP Steph Curry sank another three-point shot, the bar went wild. Everyone stood up, cheering, clapping, high fives all around from complete strangers I had never met before. As the game ended, on Harden's last-second choke, the place erupted. When my father and I made our way to the exit, we received high fives, pats on the back, even hugs from complete strangers as we were all exiting, or as we were all buzzing from Jaden Harden's loss. Another memory that came up was when I was watching the NFC Championship last year of the Packers versus Seahawks. I was at another place with my mom, once again surrounded by people I had never met before. I was surprised by all the cheers the Packers received from the restaurant, since the Bay is dominated by Niners-Raiders fans. But as the game progressed, I realized why everyone was cheering for the Pack, and I soon joined in. We people at the restaurant were not rooting for the Packers because we liked them, but as most of us primarily Niner fans, or as Bay Area people, we hate the Seahawks.
No.
Every chant was not cheering for the Pack, but just merely against the Seahawks. Cheers when Russell Wilson threw one of his 4 interceptions. Boos for the running back Marshawn Lynch when he got the ball. The passion of so many football fans was so strong that it united the entire restaurant, not for the love of one team, but the hatred of another. This is a great example because it brings strangers together, but it also allows us to channel the hate and anger in real life and release it in a more mannered way. Our hatred for a rival team brought together a group of strangers to cheer for a team we couldn't care less about in any other situation. These 2 moments were special because we chose to go out to watch both games. We could have stayed at home to watch, but we wanted to be surrounded by that environment because it truly is vibrant. I came with just a single parent each time because while watching these games was a priority, it was still special to watch the team you're rooting for with fellow fans. I could hate the person sitting next to me, but for the next 2 hours, they're my best friend. It is special indeed because the environment is so energetic you can get caught in the moment cheering together with some random person. Invictus is a movie based off real events that occurred in the 90s in South Africa. It is probably the best example to use when describing the larger scale effect a sport could have, because years of hatred and discrimination washed down the drain to be united by your team's success. Fresh off the abolishment of the apartheid and the first freely elected president who was also colored, the tension was high in South Africa. As the movie showed, President Mandela is aware of the tension between the blacks and whites, but he sees the opportunity to unite his country through, of all things, sports, or more specifically, rugby. Mandela saw the opportunity and he took advantage of it, with Rugby World Cup being held in South Africa that year. And as the South African rugby team advanced further into the cup and eventually win it all, it helped the country together and unite everybody. They all rooted together and cheered as their own country won the Rugby World Cup. This was huge for the country itself, while tremendously bringing down the tension held within the country. I chose this as my passion because I truly do love sports. I believe that they can get People can get too caught up in the swing of things that they forget that sports are there for entertainment. Sports truly do make an impact on the world, and a very large one at that. The entire country is united together by the championship success their team had. Meanwhile, on a smaller scale, you're able to surround yourself with fellow fans at any sports bar listings in the area and unite that short period of time to root for your team. There was once an old saying that said, if you are ever sad or need a pick-me-up, head to your local sports bar. Sports are a great thing, capable of affecting the world in a big way, and it is my passion because it affects people in a positive way. It can unite any group of people for any reason. That is why sports is my passion.